Hey everyone, welcome to Our Small Footprint. My name is Nyssa, and if you're new here, we are a family of 8 who live off-grid in Australia. Today's video is the shopping haul, which is always one that's waited for by everyone and everyone enjoys watching. So, as I said, we're a family of 8, we live off-grid, and we shop every 6 weeks. So every 6 weeks I travel 4 hours from home. I'm lucky that my mum lives in Brisbane, so I can go to her and stay with her. So we do a big supply run. I do Kmart, Bunnings, Woolworths, Aldi, Coles, Costco, fruit and veg, butcher, all in a 2-day period. This month was a really hectic 2-day period too. It was like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days of just packed full of doing stuff. I do get asked all the time for video footage of the actual grocery haul, and I'm not a huge advocate for filming in public. I find it embarrassing, but I also don't want to get anyone else in film. I did, however, film a whole lot of stuff, time-stamping the couple of days throughout the trip, but it's going to take me a little bit to collate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the grocery haul out first, and if you're interested, I'm going to put the rest of the footage from all the shopping and stuff together, probably tonight, and get some voiceovers, if anything, voiceovers need to happen and things like that for that as well. So I will do that and put that out in the next day or so. I also have the a week in the life of a sourdough starter video to come that I have finished filming but haven't got the voiceover done for. It was just too busy a trip for the groceries for me to get to that. Quite often I get to the voiceovering while I'm at my mum's place, but I wasn't there on my own at all. By the time I got there, Mum was already home, and I can't do voiceovers with an audience. It just doesn't work for me. So that's still to come in the next few days as well. Now, grocery-wise, 6 weekly shop. We buy everything we need, all food, toiletries, and a lot of other bits and pieces. Like there was cable ties and laundry liquid and dish liquid, and there was some power packs and things like that in amongst all the groceries as well. I will put I'll show you what we got. So it was late by the time I got home, 5:30ish, and it's coming into winter, so it was already dark. We don't have a big enough space to put everything out, so there's like 4 tablefuls of different foods and things like that. So I'll show you all that first, and then I'll come back at the end and I will discuss the costings and things like that for you. So check out what we got. This is everything that we got for a 6 weekly shopping haul for 8 people off-grid, visiting all the different places. So check this out, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about the cost of it. Alrighty, now, as per usual, we can't fit it all in one lot, so we have to put it in and out. I tried to get most of the food, dry goods sort of thing in this lot, but I haven't managed it. But anyway, so we have 48 of the long life rice milk. I had to go to 2 different Aldis for other stuff, so I thought I may as well grab some from each one, so I ended up with 48 of the rice milk. The first place I went to, there was only 24 of the rice milk, so I actually bought 12 of the oat milk for the kids to try. I've tried making oat milk before, but they haven't really been keen on it. But I thought I'll have a look at the bought stuff. It's the same price. It's $2.09 a litre. The rice milk is $1.99, so similar enough pricing that if they like it, that's a good thing. And it just gives me more variety to buy when I go to Aldi. I bought some cupcake patty pans because the kids requested cupcakes for my birthday in a fortnight, so I did that. This was the only lemon juice that Costco had at the moment. Bit more expensive than I like for bottled lemon juice, but I need some for canning. I got, I think it's 4 packets of the rice bubbles, 4 packets of the wheat bix. I got a pack of Oreos from Costco because one of the kids was asking about Oreos, and they're dairy free and they were on special, so I grabbed them as a treat. I got a couple of boxes of this chamomile tea bags for Sonnet because she was drinking chamomile tea with the chamomile flowers that I had saved from the garden, but we ran out. So I bought her some of this that was on special, $2 a box or something for her. These PowerPoints were on clearance at Costco. They're only $9.97 each, which is really cheap. So we have no real purpose for them at the moment, but we will find purpose. 2 boxes of cornflakes. I got 16 kilos of raw sugar to put into my big bin that I use for all my canning and baking and everything. A box of ghee. This is the new brand that I got last month as well. We quite liked it. Comes in the 1.35 litre jars. It's quite nice. 24 cans of the coconut cream from Aldi. This is the one that I predominantly use for baking purposes. I also got 4 boxes of the coconut milk, and this is what we use for our hot coffee. That's our choice, and it was $3 off per box, so it was only $10 something per box, and there's 8 in there that are each 400 mils each, so there it's a good price for those. I got some corn chips for nachos and stuff. I always buy some of these each month. This works out the cheapest per 100 grams. These ones are, I want to say $1.36 or something per 100 grams, which is a whole lot cheaper than any of the other corn chips, and we like the round ones for eating with nachos and stuff. I got 4 packs of the tortillas from Costco. These are 3 12 packs per pack, and they are $8.39, so they work out really good price, and it's just easy to have these for, especially at the beginning of the month when we're so busy and the kids want something for lunch, and I've got grilled meat up, and I just say go and grab a bag of wraps out of the totes and use those rather than me having to make some. I got 10 packs of the 1.8 kilo bags of rolled oats. I got some more anchovies for pizza. There's 3 or 4 kids who have now decided they like anchovies, so we go through them a bit faster than we were. There is 2 blueberry jams. I don't know where the other one is, but there is 2 of them. We didn't really need jam because they've got all the plum jam that I made, but I really like collecting these jars, so I grabbed 2 of them. I also grabbed a chassia sauce because I was looking at a few recipes, and when I looked up the recipes to make my own chassia sauce, most of it had store-bought hoisin sauce in it anyway, so I thought, well, I'm going to grab that, and I actually grabbed a hoisin sauce as well, but it hasn't turned up in this slot here, so I grabbed both of them to taste the Lee Kum Kee ones and see what they were like, to look at potentially replicating them. I got myself some caramel chopped chips to put in some baking for myself for my birthday. I grabbed 2 extra ones of these sushi mats so the kids can make their own sushi when we have sushi, and some nori sheets. What else I got? I got some of the honey from Costco. Now this honey is 1 kilo, it's $9.69 a kilo, which is really cheap, but they don't always have it. So I also bought some honey at Aldi. These work out about $1.35 per 100 grams, so they're much more expensive and they're not as nice honey. But if I couldn't, I sort of got them because just in case there wasn't this at Costco, because we need to have honey. So it just means that we'll have a surplus on the shelf and honey doesn't go off, so it's all good. Some scourers for cleaning. I bought 3 bags of the Coles brand coffee beans. They're $1.20 per 100, so they're a good price. I bought an almond flour from Costco. I do grind up my own almond meal with my almonds, but there's some things baked that just are better with that really fine flour texture, and I can't replicate it, so it's nice to have some on the shelf. Got a couple of treats for the kids, just some dried mango pieces which look really nice, and a freeze-dried mango with sticky rice. They were both on discount, they were a couple of bucks off, and I just thought the kids might like them as something different. Since I've been shopping, it's always nice to grab something. I also bought some of these ramen and egg noodles that come in these big dried cases. I just wanted to give them a go. I can make noodles from scratch, but it's a lot of work. And then I buy the fresh ones from Aldi that we use in the first couple of weeks, but then we don't have any after that. So I just wanted to give these a go. So one's a ramen and one is an egg noodle to give a go. Some more dried mushrooms because I'm going to use the end of the container that we've got for the mushroom salt, and Kavik really likes just eating these as a snack straight out of the jar. We also got 12 tins of corn. That was all that was on the shelf, and a ketchup. I always get 1 set of these ketchups from Costco on each shop because we have hot dogs for dinner on the night of shopping, and we use them for that. I have a Kirkland's coconut oil. There is a Skippy crunchy peanut butter there, some smoked paprika. I also grabbed 3 of the goat's milk soaps from Aldi. There's only one sitting here, but I bought 3 of those. And then there is the dish liquid from Aldi as well. I grabbed a bunch of pesto because we've used it all up, and at the moment it is a favoured meal of the kids. So I grabbed 18 of the basil pesto and 6 of the sun-dried tomato pesto because we like them both. I also grabbed some garbage bags and 2 of these 5 kilos of jasmine rice. I did look at the options of rice, and they did have a big 22 kilo bag of jasmine rice, same brand. that worked out like, I want to say 21 cents per 100, and buying in a 5 kilos worked out about 26 cents per 100, but it's a whole lot easier for me to store the 5 kilo bags, so that's what I did. I grabbed 6 of the spiral pastas because to top up so that we have an even sort of 18 of each pasta type in our totes. I grabbed 2 lots of the apple cider vinegar. I am going to order some from Honest to Goodness, but this actually works out cheaper. It's just that it's all the packaging. Each 3-pack of 1 litre is $14.99. So $30 here for 6 litres, and it's $34 or something for a 5 litre from Honest to Goodness. So it actually works out cheaper this way. It's just a whole lot of packaging. I got a bottle of balsamic vinegar. We like that with our focaccias and dips and stuff, and in cooking, and a bottle of the ABC sauce. I have been given a recipe to try making ABC sauce from scratch, but I haven't got there yet, so I grabbed that. I got a 6-pack of the passata that we like, and then this coconut cream I've never tried before, but the fruit and veggie store had it on clearance, so it was only $1 per for a litre of coconut cream. So I bought a box. So there's 12 of these 1 litre coconut creams. They feel really thick inside, so it might be a cooking cream rather than a drinking cream, but I thought it was worth buying for that price. So this is the first tableful. Now we're going to get all this put away, and then I will load up the table again and share the next lot. Alrighty, the majority of the fruit and veg, we're still sorting things out. So I got rock melons. This was a box for $8, so $2 a, there's 6 of them, so $1 something a rock melon. I got a $5 box of zucchini, a $12 box of baby spinach, which looks really lovely, so we'll need to use that fairly quickly. I got 2 $5 boxes of mandarins, so 10 kilo boxes, little tiny nice mandarins, $5 each. A box of papples. I can't remember how much this box was, but it was, apples were really expensive because the new season haven't quite come in, and these papples were really cheap, $12 maybe for the box, and these are gorgeous. If you've never had a papple, they are so nice. They have the sweetness of the apple, but the crispness of a pear. They're just really good. A box of bananas. I think it was $15 for the bananas. A box of broccoli. I don't normally buy broccoli in bulk because it's not really a preservable item, though I did get given some recipes for broccoli soup, so I might see how I feel about that. But this box here was only $16 for 8 kilos. Now, if I buy broccoli at Costco or whatever, I'm paying $9 or $10 a kilo for it. So this was $2 a kilo. If some doesn't get eaten, the animals will enjoy it. But it's in a styrofoam box with ice, so I'm going to put the lid straight back on this and leave it be for the moment, and I think it'll stay good for quite a while. I also got 2 boxes of grapes. These were only $5 boxes because there's some bad ones in amongst some of them. So the kids will be able to go through all these and pull out any moldy, cruddy ones and eat whatever they want out of these. So 2 of those boxes there for $5 each. Fruit and veg. I bought 3 bags of the 5 kilos of potatoes from Costco, and 2 of the 2.5 kilo little tiny red ones that I like as well. I also got a box, this was just a $5 box of miscellaneous avocado, a 20 kilo bag of carrots, and then they had some really nice big cabbages. They were $2 each. There were 6 of them scattered around everywhere. And I grabbed 2 big bags of onions. So these are 10 kilo onions for $12 to make caramelized onion jam with sort of 12-15 kilos, and the rest we'll eat fresh with cooking. We also got some rice crackers. They had absolutely no plain rice crackers at all, and I could only get 8 seaweed crackers, so that's a bit of a bummer. Some black beans and some kidney beans. I'm going to buy these in bulk from Honest to Goodness, but these will get us through for the moment to try a few things. A couple of jars of the green curry that I really like. 12 of the spaghetti, dry spaghetti. Some minced garlic and some powdered garlic. A jar of Dijon mustard because I still haven't got around to making more mustard and I needed it. There's that hoisin sauce that I was talking about. I got 1 container of our favorite gravy powder, a bottle of the vegetable oil that we use for frying. They did not have any of the blended olive oil that I like, but that's okay because we still have 4 on the shelf, which is why I bought extras, because sometimes they just don't have it. Some soy sauce. There's some shampoo and conditioner. This is the one we prefer. It's got no SLS or anything in it, and it was half price. And some laundry liquid as well. And I also grabbed a couple of bags of assorted cable ties because we needed some of those too. So, and I grabbed 2 of the 48 packs of the Quilton toilet paper, which is our preferred toilet paper. Alrighty, I think this is the last of it. So, I have a bag of baby Cos Hearts. We use this for hamburgers or whatever early on. They don't last particularly long, but they're nice to have. 25 kilo bag of plain flour. I haven't seen these 25 kilo bags before, but it was much the same price, a few cents per 100 grams cheaper than buying the 12.5 kilo bags. I got 2 of the 12.5 kilo bag baker's flour. I bought some cheese for myself. I bought a Grana Padano to go in the freezer. I bought some cream cheese for myself and some Mersey Valley cheese, a bit of a treat. Used my birthday as an excuse. These were 2 for $4 and I bought them to eat on the drive home. I ate one and I have a spare. Hot dog rolls, because we have hot dogs for dinner after the groceries every time we do the groceries, and 6 of the rice cakes for the kids. I bought 4 of the leg ham from Costco, some salami for pizza, some surimi seafood salad mix for making sushi and things like that. 6 of the fresh noodles that I buy from Aldi, so that's 2 meals worth of noodles there. I bought pads. There's 2.5 kilos by 3 of the tomatoes. I actually bought this last month as well, and to make my canned pasta sauce, and I didn't get around to doing it, but I didn't see them a few times before that, so I grabbed another one because I use all 3 to make my pasta sauce anyway, so it's handy to have an extra. A 3 litre of milk for the kefir. Now, meat wise here, I grabbed a Boston butt from the butcher because it was only $11.99 a kilo, which is pretty cheap. I did buy a lot of meat this time because we've used most of our stash. There is no meat left on the shelf other than in soups or in the freezer. So I bought this Boston butt because it was nice and cheap, $11.99. But when I got to Costco, they had one for $9.99 a kilo. The one at Costco had quite a significant bone in it, and this one I picked purposely because it didn't have much of a bone, so it probably evens out in the end. So I got the big Boston butt. I also got a rump. They were only $16.99 a kilo this week. I used this to cube up for having with, it's a can for pie. Mostly we have it in steak pie, which is really nice. I bought rib fillet, and this was $30 a kilo, which is pretty cheap for rib fillet, but far more expensive than I normally pay for meat. This is basically a birthday thing, but it also, I want to try the Worcestershire sauce that I made, so I wanted some steak to try Worcestershire sauce with, so we'll turn some of this into steak and some of it into other things. I bought a fresh silver side so that I can brine it and smoke it for pastrami style meat. Economy bacon at the butcher, it's only $6.99 a kilo, so I bought 6 of those, but they also had the diced bacon for $4.99 a kilo, so I grabbed a bag of that as well. Hot dog sausages, they didn't have the ones that I normally use, and I've seen these mentioned all over the Costco groups on Facebook lately, so I decided to give them a go. They are Filipino style hot dogs, and when I looked at the ingredients, they're a mix of chicken and pork, so we'll give them a go. And we have hot dogs once every 6 weeks, so that's fine. Veggies, there's more veggies in this, but I bought a bunch of the winter veggies, 4 or 6 or something of them, and the peas, carrots and corn, 4 or 6 of them as well. I'm not sure where the rest of them are, but that's fine. Then I bought, so Costco has a discount if you buy things in case. So the pork rolled roasts come in a case of 3, and I normally buy 2 or 3 anyway. So if you buy them individually, they are $7.99 a kilo, but if you buy a case of them, it's only $6.99 a kilo. So I grabbed a case again, which is 3 of those, so it ends up being about 21 kilos. I bought a whole bunch of chicken, so I think there's 8 maybe thighs and 2 breasts in all of this. They all end up being about the same weight, 2 and a bit kilos. The thighs are $11.29 a kilo, and the breasts are $10.39 a kilo. There's $1 difference. So we ended up with 12 all up of them. So maybe 10 thighs and 2 breasts out of those. The other thing I asked when I got the case of pork was about the mince. So I've discussed on here a few times with people about the grind of mince being different for different textures and stuff. When I went to ask about the mince, I thought, well, maybe they'd have bulk mince like this, because if anyone's ever bought mince from Costco, you know that basically it bleeds all over everything because it's large containers. They're about 4 kilos each. They're $9.99, 4 kilos worth, and it's $9.99 a kilo. but they tend to bleed all over everything. They leave mess in the bottom of the esky and all the rest of it. And because it's mince, it needs to be used within sort of 24, 48 hours. So I went and asked if they had the mince in any other way, and he's like, no, we mince it on site. And I said, well, the stuff that you mince it from, what's that? And he said it's trimmings is what they call it, beef trim, and it is 90-10, so 90% meat, 10% fat beef trim, and they grind it on site and package it into the mince packages. And I said, well, can I buy the beef trim off you? And he said, yeah, if you want to buy a box of that, you are welcome to. So it's $9.99 a kilo, which is the same price as the mince, but it's not minced, but that's fine because I have a mincer, I can mince it myself. So it was $192 for the 20 kilos of it, and I've just opened it up, and it's all vacuum sealed in 2 lots by the looks of it, so 2 10-ish kilo lots, and it is literally just chunks of beef that get turned into mince. So I said, do you trim it or anything before you do it? And he goes, nope, it's already mixed into 90% meat, 10% fat ratios, and they grind it twice. They do a coarse grind and a fine grind, but I don't think I would do a fine grind because, as we discussed, I think I like the idea of the coarse grind. So that's what I did, and I'm going to give it a go. So that is my mince for this 6-week period, which is really good because beef like this will last. I can open one bag up and the other bag can sit in the fridge for weeks because it's vacuum sealed whole pieces of beef. So unlike mince, once it's minced, it needs to be used within 24, 48 hours because it's not vacuum sealed. It's not safe to do that with. These chunks I can delay having to do anything with, which is really good. So that was the meat that I got this month. I did miss a couple of things. Some cucumbers, sour cream, Nuddalex. Batteries. There is another pack of batteries somewhere. These were AAAs. I got some AA's as well. A couple of celeries, some grapefruits, which I bought for Darryl specifically because he really likes grapefruit and they were inexpensive. Some limes. I have decided that I found my vanilla vodka the other day, so I'm going to have some lemonade, vanilla vodka and lime at some point, and some bok choy or pak choy or Asian greens to use with the stir fry. So that appears to be all of it. Alrighty, so I don't have the pricing on me of what I spent because I forgot to bring it out with me, but I'm going to put some totals over the top of this voiceover. I believe that the total ended up being around about the $2,500 for the 6-week shop, which is pretty good. That's still just over $400 a week for the 8 of us, so I'm okay with that. I normally aim for the $2, just under $2 to $2 per person per meal per day. Now that is just a way to gauge what we're spending because it's not particularly accurate because the kids eat more than 3 meals a day. Darryl and I mostly only eat 2, and a lot of what I buy will last for more than just the 6-week period. Like there's we got a whole lot of extra meat this month, so that meat will go on the shelves or in the freezer and things like that, and that will be used next month as well. This is a bit of a buffer too. But I also buy all our shampoo, conditioner, laundry detergent, dish detergent and everything else and include that in the $1 per day. So it's just a gauge for me to use to try and keep the cost to around about the $2 per meal per day. I don't like, as much as that's what I'm trying to do because it's efficient and cost effective, if we need to spend more, we need to spend more. Because I only shop every 6 weeks, money is saved up until each of those 6-week shops, and the 6-week shops are huge, like really massive, and it feels like a lot of money spent at a time, but when you break it down, it's not so bad. So I'm going to put up on the screen the different costs for the different places and some breakdowns of it because I don't have it on me because I was silly and didn't think about it before I came out here to film this. So I'm going to put that up on the screen for everyone who's interested, and you can have a look at the different costs for the different places. When I put all the groceries out, obviously I don't put it out from each place because it's just too hard. Everything gets loaded on the back of a ute. I don't have any footage of it coming off the ute this month either because it was dark. So my main camera is not good enough to film in the dark. The phone possibly could have, but I needed the phone to film the grocery haul, so I was a bit concerned about running the battery out. So there was a few bits and pieces it was a little bit of a juggle, and as it comes into winter it becomes a little bit more of a juggle. That whole getting home, unpacked, it was like 8:30 by the time we ate, and we only had hot dogs, so it's not like it's a extensive meal to make, but by the time you unpack the truck, the ute, and put it all on the table, then the kids have to put all that lot away, and then you have to unpack the next lot, etc. It becomes a bit of an ordeal. So while I've been talking, hopefully I've put all the pricing up for everyone to see so that you can have a look at that, and I will try and get the next video out tomorrow or the next day that shows some of the actual shopping trip and the timestamps of all the different places I go. And I took photos of like each trolley to show you what I got in each place. I also showed the stuff that I bought. I did some winter shopping for the kids, so I went to Kmart and Big W and bought blankets and some jammy pants and things like that. So I tried to show all of that, the bunning stuff and all that as well for the whole 2-day trip. So I will put that together and see how I go. I did film it at the time and think, I don't know if I'm really going to be sharing this because it's kind of hard and awkward, but I haven't looked at it yet. I will try and collate it into something that works. Even if I don't have any of my speech over the top, I do other stuff. So just for interest's sake, for people who are keen to see it. Otherwise, come join me after this. As per usual, anyone who's new, I do a sort of a daily food prep for the next sort of 7 to 10 days after the grocery trip to show how I use what I have and the way that I preserve and process and freeze and make sure that that shopping lasts us for the full 6 weeks. So if you're interested in that, tune in over the next few days and we'll start that series as well. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks guys.